officials that an Israeli missile has struck Isfahan. The Iranians are downplaying the incident. We also have news of strikes in Syria and Iraq. Joining me now is Mohamed Taha. He's sitting with us here in the studio. Just step back for a second, because this is all moving incredibly quickly for people. Of course, this all started with a conflict on the 7th of October in Israel, and then Israel's subsequent response in Gaza. And just explain the links between Iran and people in Gaza.
Indeed. Iran is supporting Hamas, and this is public. When the Secretary General of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, was speaking, he said that without the Iranian capabilities, Hamas wouldn't reach that level of military. So it's obvious that Iran is supporting Hamas, Iran is supporting Hezbollah, and Iran is supporting also the Houthis in Yemen. So they have these capabilities in the region.
And at the time of the October the 7th attack, Iran seemed to be surprised by the timing, at the very least. That was the impression that people were given.
Indeed, that might be played like that. There might be not coordination on the timing, but they understand the strategy exactly like the relationship between Israel and the United States. The United States now are saying, we don't know about, we have no idea about the timing, but we know that Israel were about to strike Iran. There is that organic relationship between Iran and Hamas and Hezbollah and this region. And the link actually between this attack that happened and what's happening in Gaza is Rafah. We understand that the Israelis had a meeting with the Americans last night, talking about response in Rafah and an operation in Rafah. And that gives an impression to everyone that Israel might not attack Iran in return of a green card from the United States, that they would start an operation in Rafah. But this didn't happen. We saw that Israel attacked, what we understand that they attacked Iran this morning, and now we are evaluating how big is this attack. Is it a limited attack? Is it a big attack? But what we are sure about it is not at the same scale of the Iranian attack, because when Iranians attacked Israel, they used more than 300 drones and missiles, and you cannot miss that. But Israel, when they strike now, it looks like they targeted some facilities. Some media are talking about a military airport near Isfahan, and some other reports talking about other targeted attacks. It's not a widespread attack as Iran did. And in the back of Israel's mind on that is the Iranian alliances. So the danger in attacking Iran is not on the Iranian military capabilities, but on the Iranian alliances. The Iranians are having an alliance with Russia, with China, and as I said, in the region they have the forces as Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis in the region, and this could cause lots of pain to Israel and its alliances.
Yeah, and Patricia was saying that we shouldn't read too much into the fact that Iran is downplaying this in terms of whether they retaliate or not.
Of course, they assess the situation now, whether they will retaliate or not. But what we feel that Israel is not happy with that downplaying. Israel wants the world to know that they can attack. Isfahan is only 150 kilometers southern the capital Tehran, so attacking Isfahan is really significant. And the Israelis, if they do not want to come out and speak that they were behind that, as exactly they did when they attacked the Iranian consulate in Syria. This is the way Israel does the attacks. They do the attacks, but they do not come out and speak loudly that they did the attack, but all the indications would say that they did the attack. The Americans confirmed that, and there are reports from Channel 12, the Israel Channel 12, the New York Times, that they did the attack. So
now that's come from Al Jazeera.
Yes.
So this is a very unverified account.
Yeah.
Because were the Israelis to come out and talk about this attack, then I think people's perception of de-escalation and Israel's approach on this would change dramatically. So we should just take those reports with a pinch of salt at the moment. But what should we be looking out for? I know you're monitoring all the media across the Arabic world, the Persian world. What should we be looking out for in terms of reaction? Who are the people in Iran that we should be listening to very closely?
We're waiting for the official to speak now. They already spoke. They said there are only 3 drones that came from a local source. Now the analysts are assessing whether Israel really launched a missile from the Israeli territories, or they used the Iraqi territories and the bases, whether American bases or other bases of other opposition groups to Iran to launch that drone attack. We do not know at the moment, but the Iranians are downplaying the effect of the attack. They are showing us pictures from Isfahan to show us the life is going normally, as if nothing has happened. They said they managed to down these drones, and there is no damage happened. Nobody injured or killed in this attack. Are they going to show us more damage? If the Iranians would want to retaliate now, I think they will have to show us that this attack was significant, and that their coming retaliation is something would be justified. But
and the President Ibrahim Raisi, I guess a lot of people will be focused on what he has to say about this and what approach he wants to take now.
Of course. But what we see from Iran now, that the Iranian airspace more or less is closed. This showing us that there is something big has happened. And yes, we are waiting to see what the president would say, what the other military leaders would say, and how they are assessing that, and what would be the retaliation. We understand.
We've just had a report here from AFP. Everything is changing so quickly, and it just goes to show, doesn't it, that Tehran's main airport has resumed flights. Now, that's according to Iranian state media. We saw those pictures from Isfahan this morning. It looked like normal daily life. So at the moment, the scene of where this missile attack, according to US officials, came from Israel, took place, is very calm.
Yes, it looks like the attack was a targeted attack. It wasn't a wide-scale attack. Israel apparently didn't use that massive amount of missiles or massive amount of drones, because there is a massive difference between the Iranian capabilities and the Israeli capabilities. I did a report about that. So the Iranians normally, when they attack Israel, they use very cheap drones, and they have to use massive numbers of these drones to cause chaos to the air defense, the Israelis' air defense and their alliances. And this is what they did when they used cheap drones against very expensive military equipment that will cause this very expensive military equipment problems. But if we look at Israel, they have the Jericho ballistic missile, which has got a range of 11,000 kilometers that could hit anywhere in Iran. They have the F-16, they have the F-35. They use also the Boeing 707, that civil plane that could be used in military use. They have very, very sophisticated military equipments that can hit Iran and cause damage. However, we didn't see that buzz of attack. We didn't have any reports of F-16 or F-35 flying. We didn't see any evidence of Jericho 3 missiles being launched. So what we understand that was a very limited, very targeted attack to specific targets in Iran to retaliate on the attack that happened by Iran earlier a few days ago.
Yeah, news of this attack is still likely to alarm a lot of people. As we reported, Australia has been telling its citizens to depart Israel and the Palestinian territories if it's safe to do so. We also have the news that Fly Dubai have suspended their flights to Israel. And there's this one report on the AFP news agency that the main airport in Tehran flights are resuming around that, but that's according to Iranian state media. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of disruption in the skies, so people travelling around that area must check their local reports. Let's just get a quick look now on the markets. Mohamed, we'll come back to you in a moment. Thank you for everything so far. What has been the market reaction to